What's up, y'all? It's Memorial Day weekend, Saturday. Hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Remember, the reason for it is to honor those that gave their lives for us. Well, we left Houston this morning and headed on up to Bowie by God, Texas. Now that this one over here is out of the hospital, mostly healed up from her bear wrestling injuries. Gonna make a quick work stop and then might even get some fishing in this weekend. So,
honey, is it okay if I go fishing?
As long as you don't mutilate the fish.
Woohoo! Okay, so it's Sunday and it looks like we're actually gonna get to do some fishing. The wind doesn't seem too bad, but it is always windier at the lake than it is at my house. Lake's just a few miles away. Anyway, let's talk about what we got on tap for the day.
We got Old Town Vapor 10, which is not a fishing kayak and wasn't purchased to be a fishing kayak, but went ahead and added some rod holders on there. It had a spot for a couple recessed holders, so I went ahead and put those in, put a surface mount so I could carry one more rod reel combo with me. And for today, we got the big stick. It's a Casking Royal Legend 7.6 medium heavy fast action 50-pound braid with a nice chunky jig on it. Had some success with that last week and hoping to have some more this week. That's our top water rig, which is just a little Quantum. Nothing special about it. Got that rigged up for top water on some monofilament. Got a Lunker Hut frog on it. And then I got an Abu rod reel combo. That one's got, I believe it's 15-pound fluoro on it, and gonna be using that to cruise some crankbait, maybe some other stuff. We'll see how the conditions are when we get out there. So yeah, got my PFD, got my little Vivitar waterproof camera mount up there. I'll have a GoPro on a chesty, sporting the fiberglass Carlisle paddle, and got my nifty tree anchor here. Just squeeze that thing, hook it onto a tree, and at least you can stay in one place downwind from the tree. Some extra padding on the seat because I get butt hurt. Got our dry bag for cell phone, ID, fishing license, other stuff we got stashed in the back here. Oh, we got that's a half a rod and spinning reel that I got rigged up with some 80-pound test with my retriever on it, which is a good thing to keep with you, especially if you're fishing in places that have a lot of submerged trees. A stringer in case I get any white bass that I might want to take home, and of course the hand bilge and the bump board. I'll be taking a scale too, so we can see what we come up with. Of course, you gotta have a good cooler for your beverages, keep hydrated out there. And that's what we got. We're just gonna wait for it to cool down a little bit more, and we're gonna hit the lake, go up a creek that's pretty chocolatey, and see if we can't pull another fat bass out of there like we did last week.
And no, I don't need you to tell me that the carport is messy. I know.
Chested up, yo.
All right, we're all synced up and ready to go. All right, so now I got my UV protective Stars and Stripes fishing gloves in order of Memorial Day. Think on our way to Chocolatey Creek, we might just have to troll some crankbait. I think that's an excellent idea. All right, so we've got a fair amount of line out on our crankbait. Put this bad boy back in the holder. And what I do is I bring the line between the reel and the first eyelet up, and I just put it through my arm like this so I can feel if I get a bite. I can actually reach up and grab the line pretty easy and set the hook. And now I'm just gonna paddle. Just gonna kind of vary my speed, just like if you were varying your retrieval. And we're just gonna let that crankbait do its thing. We'll take a couple fast pedals,
drive it down. Coast a bit. Try not to come to a complete stop, because we don't want that lure all the way on the surface, but try not to go too fast either. What we want to do is keep that bill pointed down, so as we come across these trees, it'll pop and deflect instead of hanging up those treble hooks. Just saw a nice fat one break the surface right now. Trying to troll this crankbait right over where I saw him. Oh, they're in here. Seen them. Coming through these trees right here. It's real easy to get snagged in this area right now, especially with treble hooks. But it's also a good fish spot. This is part of the lake right here where the creek comes down. It's just about to our 12 o'clock. Creek bed goes back and forth and S's around, as revealed by a satellite image of this lake from I don't know when, but the water level was way down. So if you come across here just right, you're actually hitting 4 or 5 different points where the creek bed changes direction just by going straight over the top of it, which in theory is a good place to catch some fish on some crankbait. We'll see how that theory works out. Alright, so as you can see, it's not exactly clear water, but not too bad. I mean, it's got a couple feet of visibility anyway. Let's see here. I call it 4-footish. It's getting in pretty shallow, so crankbait feels like it's swimming pretty good back there. Spots like this, you can see the creek bed curves around this way and comes back. So running right across the point might not be a bad idea. Did you see that gigantic bass just jump out of the water right there? Oh yeah. Well, I think we definitely need to start jigging this shallow area right here. Oh yeah. They are definitely in here. In fact, one was so right in front of me. I wonder if this jerkbait's gonna go right over the top of him. think I'm just gonna cast this crankbait a few times. Right out over the edge of this point. He's got some good action on it, but it doesn't seem to dive very deep. Gotcha. Gotcha. How about that one? All right, it's in the boat. Try grabbing it by the bottom lip, but as you can see, that hook is just right where I wanted to put my thumb. So we're gonna use these little cheaters here. Okay. Hang tight there, dude. Yep, you're in there good. Okay. Okay. Now we can hold you. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's see what we got here. Okay. What do we got? What are you looking at here? Yeah, we're 15 inches almost. Yep, right at 15. Okay, and even though I know that deal weighs a quarter-pound, we're gonna zero it out with the handle on it. Okay, we're at zero there. So what do we got here? Oh, I screwed up and zeroed it out again. Okay. Well, the handle weighs a quarter of a pound, so looks like we have about 4-pounder, but I know it's not, so let's check it out. Oh, 1 pound, 11 7/8. I briefly read 12, so not quite 2 pounds, 1 3/4 pounds. Nice fish though. Fish are definitely back here, so we'll see if we can't fish a bigger one. Now for the release, let's see if we can catch this on the camera. Got it, got it. You got this, dude. There you go. And away he goes. Awesome. That was fun. Let's cast that bad boy on. I'll just mention at this point that as I put my rod to the side, my rod was not leashed, and once I pulled the lure out and tossed it over the side, tossed the whole rig into the water. Didn't even notice while I was messing with that fish. So yeah, I cut my own pole. Very happy about. There's just enough float in this little thing to stand the pole up, and I could just barely see that crankbait. So I used my other pole to grab it. Oh yes. Okay, so loss avoided. I mean, that's pretty decent Abu rig that obviously I just caught a fish with. All right then, good to go. Okay, so the fishing wasn't great yesterday. Caught myself from being skunked. Is 1 pound 11 ounce. So not bad, but nothing super impressive. I did learn a few things. I learned once again that fishing from a sit-in kayak sucks. I can't wait to get my bass boat, man. And better selection of crankbait. I don't have a lot of room in the kayak, so kind of limited on how much tackle I can take with me. I brought a couple different crankbaits, but neither one of them dove like more than about a foot, regardless of how fast I cranked on it. So the one did get me a fish in the weeds in the hydrilla in fairly shallow water, about 8 to 10 inches of clear water on top of the weeds. So coming across that particular point, I was able to hook up with one. Didn't get any more jigging, didn't get any more frogging. It was just one of those days. So grateful to get the one that I did. The Vivitar camera that I have mounted at the front of the kayak got some pretty good footage. However, having some computer issues. So I was thinking about buying a laptop and was looking at what's good for editing these videos. And as it turns out, 3 of the top 10 are MacBooks. Well, I have a MacBook Air, which was rated pretty well, so I decided to remove a bunch of the stuff that I had on that MacBook and started loading a couple different kinds of editing software. Cleared out all my old pictures, made some room in the hard drive, and it died. After all that work for about an entire day last weekend, getting things cleaned up and ready to go, the thing died. So now I'm back in the market for a laptop, and we can get back to editing. So anything I shoot on my phone or my GoPro, I can actually edit on the GoPro app on my phone. But the footage from the Vivitar, I've got nothing to process it on. So eventually this may be more than a one camera show. Anyway, hope you all had a great weekend. Keep on fishing.